Hi. In this tutorial, we'll take a look at the feature additions made via patch 2 of Mari Extension Pack 4. The feature additions mainly focus on improving Nodegraph workflows, and let's take a look. I've got my channel palette here and the standard channels that belong to the example head that ships with Mari. And if I right click, you can see my channel menu has changed a little bit. I've migrated the previous lock channel, unlock channel, etc. that were down here into a separate submenu just to make space a little bit. And we also have now the Nodegraph section. If I choose the focus channel option, my Nodegraph palette will come up and the channel node belonging to the currently selected channel will be selected and focused. If I choose the focus channel content, all the nodes belonging to the currently selected channel will be focused and selected. So this is, for example, quite useful if you've worked in the layer stacks for quite a while, and if you ever opened the Nodegraph after that, you will notice Mari will not very well space out the nodes. So this way, using these new options, it's easier to select all nodes that belong to a channel and just move them around. And you can also obviously use the L key while you move them just to order them. So for example, if I have like crazy overlapping nodes and I just have one node selected and I hold the L key, the nodes will follow and keep spacing out. Now the next feature concerns a little bit of radio nodes. So I'm going to create a radio node, which was introduced inside of the main release of Mari Extension Pack 4. And its purpose is to be able to transmit node information from one point in the graph to another without having a line crossing all over your graph. So let me, for example, attach this here. And now I have like this long line because, for example, I want to use this node in another channel as well that is located somewhere else in your node graph. So I have this long line, which is not very nice to deal with when you have crisscrossing lines. So for this option, we have the toggle radio node section. So under the edit, toggle radio nodes, and now the line is gone. However, there's still an invisible connection to this node. Now in terms of selecting, in Extension Pack 4, the main release, the selection methods were introduced and we have a select upstream. So the select upstream selects all upstream nodes from the starting point that you selected. However, if we take a look at our FBM node here that is connected via the radio node, this standard upstream was also traversing the hidden connection. So you would move around things even if they're far away and have no obvious connection. With patch 2, we now have the select upstream, no radio nodes section. So now you can move this stuff around. However, no nodes that are connected via radio nodes are affected. So the selection will terminate after the first radio node found in the upstream section. Next up, let's take a look at the new bookmarking system. With the patch 2, I've introduced a bookmarking system mimicking Substance Designer's bookmark system. So let me space this out a little bit, and I'm just going to create a bookmark node. The bookmark nodes are pretty much only visual bookmarks, so they don't really do anything. You can insert them into a node stream, or you can insert them loosely in your graph somewhere. It doesn't really make a difference. And the node itself doesn't have any options except like a description field where you can enter some comments. So I'm going to add a second bookmark up here. And just to illustrate, I'm just going to leave this unattached. And maybe a third one up here. And let's go over here as well and create a bookmark here as well. So now I have under the right mouse click section a new bookmark submenu, and we have the cycle forward and cycle backwards options. So these will cycle all through your bookmark nodes in your node graph. You can obviously easily assign a shortcut here. So if we go to the Mari Extension Pack section, Nodegraph Bookmarks, we can assign shortcuts, and we can assign them obviously to just the node graphs, so we don't use the assigned shortcuts. But we can still use them in the main interface of Mari. So this way they would only be used in the Nodegraph section. So I have it already assigned. So if I just press Ctrl 6, I'll cycle forward. If I press Ctrl 4, I'll cycle backwards. So these are the changes and additions in Mari Extension Pack 4 patch 2, and I hope they're useful. And definitely go get the patch because obviously there's a bunch of bug fixes as well. Some of them quite important, so even if you are not that interested in these new features, make sure to install the new patch just to have a better working experience. Thank you very much.